You wonder what happened in sports today. Brandon Peril, he got the wave. We talking a lot with bros today. Cracking some jokes the podcast way. Goals on goals, with homers on homers, tutties on tutties. Got moments on moments. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into Peril.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the BSP podcast. And all the 76ers want to be out. They want to be traded, gone, not just James Harden, but one individual, the big piece, the big guy, the MVP. Stay tuned in a second, but we'll get to that, where I really wanted to start this episode and just have fun with how great the Phillies have come out, shook off that first game out the All-Star break. They shook off that series against the Marlins going in. Take 3 of 4, was there Saturday night. It was awesome. And this team is clicking at the right time. Bryce Harper is freaking phenomenal. But we'll get to that in a minute. Because, of course, you got to keep up with the NBA. And you got to keep up with this Philadelphia 76ers team, man. It's ridiculous. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Put the notification bell on, too. Thanks for clicking on the video. It's a lot of fun, right? And then it isn't. Joel Embiid, it's a love story. It's not a love story. He's been kind of teetering, saying things, the media doesn't love me, this and that. And sometimes he's right. Now he finally gets that MVP. We thought it was going to be all hunky-dory, but they can't get out of that second round. And now you knew it was coming. If they couldn't get out of the second round, it's going to get in trouble. And what does he go out and do? Joel Embiid goes out there and talks with, I have no idea what this guy is. I'm sorry I'm not giving you credit right now, but why can't you come on this show, Joel? Hop on. I'll talk to you all day long. Who knows who this guy is? He's interviewing him. But respect to the guy out on the grind, getting the quotes that has just absolutely blew up Philadelphia on Monday morning. He goes out there and he says, yeah, my goal is to win a championship, whether that's here or somewhere else, we'll have to see. Here in Philadelphia, we'll have to see. Okay. All right, Joel. Come on now, buddy. That just didn't need to be said. Whether it's in Philadelphia or somewhere else, just did not need to be said. Is he wrong in saying, is anything he said there wrong? No, none he has said there is wrong. They've tried to build around him multiple different ways at this point. Maybe it'll happen here. Maybe it won't. Now, does he have to go, hey, it's all on me to get it done at this point? Yeah, he's got to say that. But I think he also has said that in the past where it's, I have to play better ball. I have to do this. But he kind of quivered at the end of this past season. That was just really leaving a sour taste in people's mouth here, right? And then he comes out and he tries to backtrack on Twitter. And a little backstory here, right? Oh, if you haven't been following the BSP podcast for a little bit now, when Joel first came into the league, he loved Twitter. He was great at Twitter. He was Joel a troll Embiid, Joel the troll Embiid, and I loved it. I loved him. I hated when the Howard Eskins and the other people of the world are going, you gotta grow up, Joel, get off Twitter, while they're tweeting away at him, right? You need to focus on basketball. You need to get better at this. Get off of it. Stop joking around. When Joel Embiid was just a fun-loving guy that just got absolutely eaten up by the social media world. He just wanted to joke around, have some fun. Now you do have to focus and really get into that and lock in and get better. And he did. He became an MVP. He became a perennial top player of the league, right? But during that whole stretch after he did go off of Twitter and he's just like, it's not worth it. I was saying, let Joel have fun. Let this guy enjoy himself. Obviously, if he's happy, he'll play great. And we saw it. And then we saw him go, get rid of it, focus on his game, have just fun on his inner circle, but we missed out on that personality. We always ask for the personality of our players to see more of Jason Kelce, to see more of Bryce Harper, see more of Chase Utley, right? These other guys that you've always asked for more from, and he was giving it to us. He was having fun with us. And we said him, no, bad. Now it worked a little bit. He became a top player in the league, MVP candidate. And now he's going out and trolling again. I don't believe it. I think he really meant what he said, and he's just kind of using that troll factor to kind of backtrack a little bit here because he means it. And he's a little bit planting seeds. It hurts. It hurts a lot because I do really think he means it. And when it comes down to the end of the day, right? People, like myself, have tried to back him up. The Sixers fans have been by his side the past couple years. He's the MVP. He is the MVP the last 2 years, right? We're always fighting for him to get that. Now he gets one. Awesome. And now you're going to say we're going to kick him out of town because he can't get out of the second round. I think that's a ridiculous storyline that is going to come to fruition, sadly, and it's going to suck. Because people are very fed up, including myself. I'm very fed up. Just the way that the season ended and him and Harden kind of quit. Voice. Crap. They kind of quit on the team, on the city at the end there. Just stifling in game 6 and 7. How atrocious it was. And it's left a lot of sour taste in people's mouth. Now, I think you should get rid of him? No, you're an idiot if you think we should trade Joel Embiid. Oh, we'll just rebuild around Maxey. We'll go through the process again. Fuck that. Fuck that. I've been trying not to curse on the show, but that's ridiculous. You have the MVP of the league. He is the reigning MVP of the league. You don't get rid of that guy. He's not being talked like the reigning MVP of the National Basketball Association. He's just not being talked like that, which is absurd. The guy still got it. He'll go out to you and get you 30 and 10 a night. I have more confidence in the world in that. Now he's going to have to get it done in the playoffs, of course. Look at Nikola Jokic. The guy was back-to-back MVPs, but could he win? Could he win in the playoffs? That's why he didn't win this year. It's because of that narrative. The past 2 years, wow, the guy can't be getting an MVP if he can't win at all, right? Can't get out of the second round, right? And then he goes out, he gets a healthy team around him, and he goes out, dominates, and they win handily. And now I'm not saying the Sixers are in line for that after this free agency period where you just bring in, you bring in Pat Bev, who I like, but is that really, and a signed D-ball Paul, is that really going to get done? Who knows what's going to happen with James Harden and Tobias Harris throughout the summer here? I don't know. Am I in love with it? No. But we'll see what Daryl Morey has to say a little bit with Anthony Gargano later on today. 11:40 he'll be on the air. So make sure we'll check that out. Maybe we'll talk with Anthony about it. We'll see. Hit him up. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they kind of react with Daryl's mindset moving forward throughout this summer here. We're not getting rid of Joel Embiid. It's just not happening. I like him having fun, but that's not having fun. That's taking shots that aren't necessary and are stupid at a fan base that has had your back for a while now. And if they teeter a little bit and you don't feel the love all the time, grow the fuck up, bro. All right? Let's start to win. That's all we want. We want you to win here. That's all we want. That's why people push you to get better, to be better, because we want you to win. We want you to be great. We love you, Joel. We love you. All right. Got that out of the way. We'll see what happens. Man, my voice is struggling. You would have thought I'm like 14, not 24. But now, the exciting things that's going to be really starting to heat up now over the next 2 weeks. The MLB trade deadline, baby. My O's are hot too. Shout out if you're an O stan too. I made that alliance first before the Rutschman and Harper. I've been on the boat all year long. If you've been following Cold One Conversation, make sure you hit that subscribe button for that also. It'll be link in the bio, but also click it here. Appreciate you watching. But Bryce Harper, man, he's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Bryce is back. Tell your friends. Bryce is back. Dude, the guy, the way he is coming up with these clutch hits in these games where he's getting fired up and he's running down the first base line, hauling ass, one of the fastest running down the first base line of all season. I think I saw on the Phillies Twitter. The guy, he just wants it. He can feel that he's getting healthy again. It was just about last week is when his original date to return from the Tommy John was. So we'll see. I believe he's going to be playing first base in the series upcoming, starting today, against the Brewers. So he's finally getting that mojo back. He's getting the swing. He's getting his feet back under him. He's been hitting the ball well. He's been hitting it up the middle. I knew he was going yard in that game too on Saturday night. I was there. I bet it. If you followed me on Twitter at Brendan Petrilli, you all knew. We all knew it. He was going yard. Didn't quite make it to me in the second deck, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Schwarber on fire to end out Schwarber Fest and Hoagie Fest for Wawa. I mean, the team's clicking. The only real things that you have problems with this team is Soto can go up and down. I love him, but he can go up and down. So can Alvarado. So can Marte. You need to get these guys healthy and back and under them. They just go into those points where they just don't throw strikes again. And you're just like, stop it. You're an elite pitcher when you throw strikes because everything else plays off of it if you can throw your fastball for a strike. But when they can't, nobody's swinging at the slider or the curve or the cutter because they know it's not going to be a strike. So that's the only real downside of this team and how Topper handles them. How Topper handles the batting lineup. When he takes out Stott against left-handed pitchers and Marsh against lefty, like let the boys play. When he takes out Alec Boehm for a day or two, you're like, why? Let these kids play. Bryson Stott could compete for a batting title. I mean, Luis Ariz is ridiculously good, and he's probably not going to be caught this year. But in any other normal year, we're talking Bryson Stott and Alec Boehm batting for the top highest averages in the league, and they could compete down the home stretch. These guys are great, homegrown, developed baseball players. Let them play. I don't want to see Josh Harrison out there. I don't want to see Edmundo Sosa really out there. I like him every once in a while. Edmundo! But I don't need to see him more than once a week. Okay? We just don't need it. Give me these guys that have had the experience from last year, which was huge. We were saying it was huge that the Phillies finally got that experience for these young players to be able to step up in the bottom of the lineup now, have the confidence in themselves because they've been there. They've done that. Now let them rock. Let them rock, man. And then you finally have Trey Turner starting to get it going. JT, whenever he goes into mega slumps and people are finally saying he's not the best catcher in baseball again, bang, double down the line, throw a base runner out. I think he kind of hears it a little bit when people start to murmur and he's like, okay, fine. But he's a damn good baseball player. Kyle Schwarber's the worst hitter ever. He's a bum. Is Kyle Schwarber a good baseball player? I saw that on a sports talk radio station's Twitter poll. Yes or no? Is he a good baseball player? Next 3 nights, bang, bang, bang. Suck it. That's stupid. Stupid people can be. And it's exciting because this team has struggled a lot. They've slumped a little bit. They go in here and there. Can they be very frustrating? 100%. But it's moments like that where they bounce back and they don't quit. And they show that fight that they had in the last month and a half of the year last year, right? Where they went on a World Series run. Now we know they can do it. We know they haven't peaked yet this year. Now, are they going to catch the Braves for first place of the division? I hope so. It sucks that the Braves have been playing as well, if not, well, they've played better than the Phillies during this whole stretch here, which is insane. But the Phillies are a really damn good baseball team, and they kind of have the Braves number when it comes to the playoffs, right? You got that on your shoulder a little bit, so we'll have to see. It'll be interesting throughout the season here. Who do they go get now, right? What do you need? I think depending on Alvarado and Sir Anthony was thrown the other day. Alvarado, he seems like, he's having fun and he's not really taking the elbow injury. It's not too bad from what it seems like. It's a inflammation in a different part of the elbow than it was a couple weeks before that. So if those two guys are still going to be banged up, I don't want to see Marte. I don't want to see these Coveys and Rodriguez or whoever is coming out of the bullpen there. No, thank you. No, we don't need that. Now, you need it during the year for them to step up and be decent, but when it comes to playoff time, if we could get another bullpen arm, you don't need the top end guy because Soto and Kimbrel can show you that they can get the job done. So, Soto struggled the other day, but the guys come in all the time and produce for this team. Been a huge asset. If you can get one more, yeah, go get it, Dave. It's going to be exciting. They're going to go and they're going to make a move like they did in 9, 10, 11 with Ruben Amaro, right? That's what Dave Dombrowski did with every team that he's been the general manager of, right? For good or for worse, has it worked out? Yes and no. He's not going to be afraid to go make the move to put this team in contention for the division, in contention for the World Series. Because they're right there. I think they're a half game behind for the out of the first wild card spot. I'm not worried about that at all at this point. Keep winning baseball games like this. Keep winning series. Keep picking it up. You get maybe another fifth end of the rotation starter because I don't love Sanchez. The guy's batting practice. He's been fine, but you just see the way guys can just tee off on him if he misses. Go get another fifth option, veteran presence if you're not going to bring up the young guys if they're not ready in a McGarry or Abel or Painter if he's healthy at the end of the year. Go get me another proven guy just for depth so I don't have to see these bums come in and do batting practice like they did the first game out. Stop with the all bench lineup, Stock Rivers. I mean, Topper. Stop that, please. And the Phillies will be fine. It's going to be a lot of fun moving throughout the rest of the season here. Who do they go get? Big name wise, I would love Goldschmidt. But we'll see with Bryce playing first base now, how well that works out, A, and 2, how comfortable he is, and whether they feel like they really need that first base option. I think you do. Right-handed bat, power bat. You need a right-handed power bat. Because Nick's been great, but he really isn't hitting for power, and neither has JT. So if you can get a right-handed power bat, either to come off the bench and a big thumper like that, that'd be awesome. I don't think you need an outfielder, especially with Rojas. Pache, I mean, it stinks because he hurt his hand at the start, came back, played well, starting to get some confidence going, and then a screw starts popping out of his elbow from previous injuries in the past, and that's going to put him on the shelf for a little bit. But you got Rojas. You got a couple other guys in the minors, Marsh. You got options in that outfield now. With Castellanos playing very well out in right field. So I don't really think you need an outfielder unless that big power right-handed bat is going to play left field and him and Schwarber can kind of flip-flop DH and left field. I think that's your best case scenario with Harper at first base. So no more of these bench lineups, Topper. And let's get on a run. Let's keep this run going. It's going to be fun. The next 2 weeks are going to be awesome. We'll see what happens with the Sixers. Thanks for watching this episode of the BSP Podcast. Click that subscribe button. Shout out to 215. The Fightins, baby. Go Birds.